Good afternoon from Yummy BTV once again. And before I go out again, I want to please Yorkshire today. Marching on together. And we talk for the first time, Frank Birley, and we also talk for the first time, one of those true crime great legends from way back in the day, Kevin Nosser Brown. Now, this story and incident took place way back in the day, obviously, and it started something like this. So, Frank Birley woke up in the morning on the wing, as usual, and he got a book of stamps sent in, right? So, someone's wrote him a letter and sent the stamps in. On arriving to the prison have called him, give him the envelope and said, no, you can't have the stamps, yeah? Because the rule in those days is that you could only have stamps on addressed envelopes, i.e. if someone's sending you stamps in, it has to be on an envelope with an address to return to somewhere, right? They confiscated the stamps. By about lunchtime, Frank Birley goes on the telephone. And these days, it's not the pin phone system where your phones have already been, your phone numbers that you put down and hand in to security are approved of and are on your phone pin. So nobody can't switch off no phones on you while you're dialing numbers that you're allowed to dial. These days, it's the days I'm talking about now are the phone card days, right? That they don't need a pin, do they? The phone card days. If you don't know, you know now. So Frank Birley has gone onto the phone and tried to phone a mobile phone number. They've got the headphones on in the office on the landing and they are listening. So every time he dials the mobile number, they switch off the phone, right? So Frank's thinking, So he's dialed it about 3 or 4 times and each time he tries to dial it, it gets cut off. He comes steaming out of the phone box or the phone wall, right, so to speak, and comes out. I said, who is the dickhead that's doing that? Looking at the staff, looking at, someone just tried to phone me, looking at the staff office. Who is the dickhead, right? The screw comes out to the doorway because the room's full up with prison officers in there, right? He comes out and said, I'm the dickhead that's switching it off. Frank Birley starts sprinting all the way down the landing, all the way up to the 2s or 3s, right? I can't remember which. And there's about 5, 6, 7 other inmates running with him. So this time it really looks like it's going to go off, right? He gets to the office. When he gets there, the prison officer is standing with a compact in his hand, right? Which is a booklet that he's going to try and explain to him the rule about having stamps sent in, right? Frank Birley ain't really in the mood to listen. He snatches the compact and he goes, listen, F your compact, F your bloody wing, yeah? I'm going to have you lot. And he runs all the way downstairs, Frank Birley, right? Breaks up the little table, then starts smashing the granny out of the snooker table. And then grabs a leg off one of the tables and starts smashing up everything. The bell gets pressed, right? They all start running. There's about 100 screws now. And then the senior officer is right in the front while he's doing the smashing. They're not rushing into him, right? He's smashing up everything. And the senior officer goes, Birley, listen, just leave this thing. I'll give you one chance. So just drop it out, right? Before anyone can, because all the other cons are getting like that, there's a few names there that day, right? Getting ready for the big kickoff, a big standoff this. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the kitchen, I think, was to that way. Kevin Nosser Brown came from nowhere, right? Not to be seen at that time, right? Got his arms around Frank Birley, pulled him into the kitchen. I think Frank Birley, he respected Nosser. Nosser was a big household name in the Cat A's, right? He pulled him into the kitchen, shut the door, yeah? All the screws sitting there with all their tools out and all that. And spoke to Frank. He said, just cool, just wait, just leave it, Frank, leave it. Kevin Nosser Brown came out the door and said to all the staff, listen, it's all right now. He said, drop it out. I'll get him back. Kevin Brown walked Frank Birley all the way up to his cell with all the screws tracking, no one doing nothing, and put him behind the door and banged the door up. He said, I told you, he's all right now. Imagine that one. More for you lot in Yorkshire, plus more, and some men that I've never mentioned before. Going back out, I'll see you lot later for the live and all those rumours. Will I let you know or won't I? Then it won't be a secret no more, will it?